on, everybody? How y'all doing? Hope y'all are having a good ass day. We're officially live on YouTube and Facebook. As you guys know, if you're here early, we gotta wait for Instagram to patch in. So while we're doing that, I want to just leave y'all a quick note, something to understand. Okay, in about 7 days, it's the start of the second half of the year. If y'all haven't gotten your goals situated yet, make sure you set them and make sure you hit me up for all your fitness related needs. Let's get straight into it. We're patched through to Instagram. Let's get this thing moving. Going live in 3, 2, 1. All right, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to yet another testimonial from one of my rock star clients. This is Kasim. I don't know how to say your damn last name. You want to say it for me?
Was her a dean?
There it is, man. Guys, this is Kasim. Kasim's been working with me for the last, what has it been, brother? 3 months, 4 months at this point?
It's just been 5 months actually.
5 months now. Okay. And we've been achieving some pretty amazing things together. He's here today to discuss his honest feedback about the program. But before we get into that, I just want to let you guys know, for all of you guys that immediately jumped in here right now, if you comment the word win on this live stream right now, I'm going to send you a week of coaching with me absolutely free. So comment the word win on this post right now to get your free week of coaching. All right. That's fitness, that's nutrition, that's mindset, that's everything you need to get this thing started. Now, Kasim, brother, why don't we start off with you just giving us a quick understanding about who you are? You know what I mean? Like, what do you do for work? What's your family life like? What's your typical schedule look like? Give us a little bit of information just about you, man, and who you are.
Well, um, what first and foremost, I'm a father too. Uh,
Yep.
and through training and just been for 30 plus years of my life. I'm a musician, so
Mhm.
I write music and I sing and I do all of that nonsense. But
Yep.
also, and an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur, and I have my own businesses, run a studio, and a few other things that I have going on.
Amazing.
But as of these last, like couple years since I've, had first biological kid, it's
Hmm.
been hectic, from infancy stage to now me trying to get things back and on a ball because I gained a bunch of weight in the process of having a baby, which I
Yep.
was already out of shape anyway. So my
Right.
schedule have been really tight between work, um, family,
Yep.
and fitness, really tight.
Yep. Absolutely.
You
All
know.
right, man. And so, what were some of the things that you were struggling with primarily before we started working together? When it comes to your fitness.
Well, managed to figure out to be in the gym. That was the hard part. Just being in the gym was hard at first. I did that for about a year before we started working together. So I got into the
Mhm.
habit of, hitting the treadmill and then actually hitting the weights and doing things that I was afraid of doing. Um, look, being intimidated by everybody else in the gym. But the
Right.
main thing that I realized, because I lost like 30 pounds before I
Yep.
started working with you, probably like close to 40 pounds, which was like
Yep.
water weight, but it was diet, understanding how to eat. And it's not that you can't, that's just really kind of trying to grasp that, you know, um,
Yeah.
yeah, that was the
No.
main thing.
Yeah, man. No,
Understanding
I
the
get.
metrics, the macros, and I can eat
Right.
this or what, because you can still have the meat, but how are you eating the meat? That's, the protein is fine. That was really it, really.
Yeah. No, I get you. I get you. So, like the actual understanding and like of the knowledge behind the training and nutrition, right?
Yes.
I get you. So what were some of the things that we implemented in our last 5 months working together that were able to help you overcome those challenges, right? Helped you actually learn and educate yourself on the right things to do when it comes to your training and nutrition.
Well, was we want to start with the training or the nutrition first?
It's up to you, man. Let's go training
Okay.
first. Let's go training first.
Okay, training first.
Yeah.
The understanding, like first you had the weight training and then you had the hit.
Mhm.
Um, it generally took my time in the gym, but then
Yep.
doing this helped me realize like, no, I could knock this out. It was hard, but I can get all this done within the time frame, first thing in the morning.
Right.
So
Right.
as I started doing these exercises and actually having feedback with you on what was like kind of hard for me and certain things I can push through,
Mhm.
the substitutes helped a lot. But
Yep.
really trying to get through the hit training and figure and really realizing that I could actually do it. and just
Yeah.
understanding that even if you can't fully get through it, just keep pushing,
Keep pushing, baby.
and
100%.
there
Yep.
is success in every failure. In the gym, there's success in every failure. And I started really acknowledging that when I failed, it's not really a failure.
Yep.
You just reached your point and now you're going to try to push past it next time. You're going
Yep.
to keep upping the point where you're failing every time instead of just being discouraged about it.
Yep.
So
So true. So true.
that was a big lesson to me. And I'm
That's
still
incredible.
to this day trying to embrace it
Yeah.
more and more.
And that's the thing too, right? Is that like you have to learn these things through doing them. And a lot of people that haven't fully gotten in shape before, it's a really intimidating thing to overcome, right? And I remember
Yeah.
even you, man, you had a lot of things that you were intimidated by when you started, bro. Some of the
Hmm.
exercises I remember, a lot of the
Yep.
shit that you were doing. So let me ask you this, brother. Like what would you say were let's get into results now. What were the results so far? Like what have the results been so far since we started working together? Can you explain the photo above?
Yes. Okay. Well, there's a few different results. The biggest result is my mind frame, right?
Right.
My mental.
Mhm.
Um, realizing the hard amount, the amount of work you have to put into something just for a small incremental change.
Yeah.
And that's a lesson in life in general. You
So
have to
true.
daily put these things into play
Yeah.
consistently just to do one step further and to kind of fall in love with it, because that's the
Mhm.
only thing that's going to keep you going. You
Yeah.
have to fall.
Yeah.
Um, and listen, the body that's just speaks for itself. I
Yeah.
didn't even notice it until
Yeah.
I didn't notice it until 3 months in,
Yeah.
less than
Yeah.
90
Because
days, and I realized it. I was like, what the
yeah, it's starting to get crazy. And that's the funny thing because you see yourself every day, right? So it's hard to see the incremental daily changes, but as you build up those daily victories, those daily wins, right? A
hmm
week goes by, a month goes by, 3 months goes by, 5 months goes by, and this is what happens, right? And this is the thing. There were some weeks I remember where you're like, man, I don't feel like I'm getting any results, bro. And I was like, nah, just chill. I promise you it's coming. Remember?
Yep,
Remember this shit?
yep,
So
yep.
funny, man. So funny. I love it. Okay, so check this out, man. What would you say were some of the hidden benefits of being in the program? You talked about the mentality, the mindset, right? You talked about obviously the
hmm
body. You're looking fucking amazing. But
Yeah.
were there any hidden benefits that like you wouldn't have thought that you would have received from a fitness program,
Y-
but you
y-
did receive?
Yes. One of the biggest things that I received from it was, well, I'm gonna give you two. So one is how much three, actually, three, how I cherish my time.
Mhm.
I thought I was always time conscious, but I'm way more time conscious now because
Awesome.
because of how much work I put in. And
Right.
so I'm always aware of the time and how much time I'm going to waste or anything.
Right.
Very conscious of. Two, because of the hard work I put in, I'm always looking at what I'm consuming
Mhm.
and how much I'm going to consume it if it's necessary or not, no matter what it is.
Right.
And
Right.
so and the third thing that's probably the most important is how much it has shifted my mood on a daily basis.
Mhm.
Very few things can knock me off my square. I don't have any bad days and bad moments
Right.
because I literally did the hardest thing the first thing in the morning, going to
Yeah.
do all day.
Yeah.
So when I
Yeah.
accomplish that, that makes me feel great. And so it's to have
So
a
true.
bad day.
Yeah. So true, brother.
And fourth thing, realizing that there's not anything that I can't do.
Hey, hell yeah, man. That's I love that, man. That's you know what? Here's the deal. One thing that fitness made me learn, and this was a hidden benefit for me too, is the exact same thing as you. I know that I can do anything that I put my mind to, man. Right? Because when you can when you can be fit, you're literally doing one of the hardest things that most of the population has not figured out. So when you actually can get yourself in shape like you've done and actually put in that work and stay consistent, you're literally a top 10% human being on the planet.
Hmm.
Just from that. So that means that you could be the top 10% human being in any avenue, in any
Anything.
facet, in
Yep.
anything. So, bro, I'm so glad that you brought that up, man. I'm so glad that you brought that up. Let me ask you
Yeah.
this. What would you say were some of your biggest takeaways from the program, right? Could be training related, nutrition, mindset related. What were some of your biggest takeaways specifically?
One of my biggest takeaways is that it's it's possible. And like,
Mhm.
because I used to look at these huge feats, like we mentioned earlier, right? These
Yep.
huge feats, and sometimes I would look at it like it'd be so intimidating, and it'd just be like, okay, I might as well just not do it because I
Yep.
can't climb that mountain.
Mhm.
But because of these incremental phases, and I maybe now I break down everything into the smallest incremental basic function. And once
Mhm.
I can figure that out and do that consistently, I can move on to the next steps.
Right.
So it made me look at that. Like that's what I take. That's how I look at everything now.
Wow, that's incredible.
You
That's
know, it's like,
incredible, man.
okay,
That's
if I could just
insightful.
break it down
Yeah.
to the micro component, okay,
Mhm.
I can do this. Okay, just okay, now let's add on this. And I can, it's like, you done martial arts before. So
Yep.
you do like a block and you do that. Okay, so how do you lead into the forward, the punch, the reverse punch to the side kick or
Mhm.
once you get those small incremental phases and you lock them all in, you're like, okay,
Yep.
this is how you do it. So
This is
that's
how
how I
you
look at
string it together.
everything now. This is how you put it
Wow.
together.
Wow.
And
That's
that goes
incredible, bro.
for the food, the workouts for
Mhm.
sure, because you get muscle memory and you learn all the other movements and everything.
Yeah.
So the food,
Right.
so you can prepare your food because you give us this you give us these menus and I did the menus for like the first month, right? But then I
Yep.
realized that I don't eat all this stuff like that, but I can take this aspect of it. Okay, say this amount of protein, okay, I can use that another type of protein. I can use
Yeah.
another type of vegetable and do this
Yeah.
and do my own thing with it. So now it just taught me
Yeah.
flexibility within the guidelines.
Yes. Yes. And that's everything when it comes to sustainability,
Yep.
right? It's not
Yep.
just about eating the same foods over and over and over again. I do personally because I fucking like it. You know what I mean? But you don't
Me
have
too.
to. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
you can have flexibility. You can have freedom, and that's what people need to understand. If you're out there listening to this right now and you're getting nuggets, right? You're getting little pieces, bits and pieces, but you want to understand a little bit more about what this is all about. If you comment the word win on this live stream right now, I'm going to help you build a free training and nutrition strategy. Absolutely, absolutely free. So comment the word win on this live stream right now, and I'll send you all the information. Okay. Last couple of questions for Kasim. Do you feel empowered by the knowledge that you've learned, brother? Like if you were to do this on your own, right? Which eventually you're going to, but even right now,
Hmm.
if we just stop talking right now, do you feel as though you'd be able to continue achieving results on your own with the knowledge you've learned?
For sure. For sure. That's actually an understatement. It's an understatement because I have the nutrition knowledge, I have the macro knowledge, I have
Yep.
the exercise knowledge, I have
Mhm.
the will. So all those things is like, even when my friends look at me like when I go out, they're like, "Yo, what are you doing?" I'm like, "If you want to talk, we can talk." But
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
That's
have to,
right.
I have to break it down to you. It's a lot more than just, if I tell you just the baseline, I'll just be eating and working out. You're not. That's it. But it's so much more to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now I get it.
That's amazing, brother.
Now
That's
I get
amazing.
it.
You'll have to send him this video, man. They'll be like, damn,
No, I know.
yeah.
That's what I've been sending them. I wish you would have added me on the post, right? So I can so I can repost it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I can always send it to you. It's on Facebook. You can share it. It's on
Yeah,
YouTube as
yeah,
well. You can share it from there. I'll
yeah,
send you all the links. Don't worry.
for
Last
sure.
question though for you, my man. Okay. What would you tell someone who's potentially watching this video right now, right? And they've seen my content before and they know they need help. They want the help, but they're a little bit too afraid to take that leap because they don't know what it's going to entail. What would you tell that person?
Well, one, if you're not afraid, then it might not be worth it. Two, um, you might as well
Wow.
if you
Never heard
want
anybody say that
if
before.
yeah, yeah, it's real. And
Yeah.
two, I think that with this program, not only have we have the brotherhood, I have you that,
Mhm.
I mean, you've been very communicative. We've had multiple conversations. And even when I fail, you're like, hey, just tighten up and do it. So you got that type of support.
Mhm.
And it just, the program, it's like the best thing I could have done. I've had personal trainers in real life that got me less results.
Yeah. Thank you. That's amazing,
And
man.
to put your money behind it, for me anyway, is just like makes me have to like do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I've been held more accountable here than I've been anywhere else. You get what I'm saying? Like it's like I
Yeah.
got to come back to this. I got to make sure I look at my calendar. I got to make sure I knock this out. Got to do this. Got to do this.
Yeah. Yeah.
'Cause if not, what for?
Incredible.
What
Incredible.
are we doing it for?
Incredible. Yeah. Awesome. Listen, cousin, bro. I'm telling you right now. Um, this has been one of my favorite testimonials, dude. I think it hits different when the photo's up top.
Yeah, yeah,
for,
for
for
sure.
you
Because I keep
guys,
looking.
uh, right? For you guys right now, if I'm telling you, I'm gonna give you the last chance here. We're gonna be on here for another 30 seconds or so. If you comment the word win on this live stream right now, I'm gonna help you build a free fitness strategy with your training plan, nutrition plan, everything you need to get started. Okay, just like Kasim. Now, Kasim, bro, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day. I know you're at work right now. You
Yeah,
took a
I'm gonna
break.
say one more thing though. I'm gonna say
Tell
one
me.
more thing. We got about
Tell me.
5 more months,
Mhm.
and we're gonna keep tracking this. And I hope
Oh yeah.
everybody's seeing it because I'm gonna be a monster.
Oh yeah.
By November, it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah. This is just the beginning, bro.
Yep.
This is just the beginning. Y'all
Yep.
motherfuckers ain't ready for this. Y'all motherfuckers ain't ready.
At
All right.
all.
Let's get it. Let's get it. We'll plan another one of these in November, and anybody who watched this one, they'll be able to see you all shredded, shredded, shredded. Like right now, you're cut, you're looking lean, you look good. We're gonna see the third one, the
Yeah.
next phase, the Super
Yeah.
Saiyan mode.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Level
Awesome,
three.
man. I love it. I love it, man. Good stuff. Well, to all of you guys watching, thank you so much. Hope you guys have an amazing day. We're signing off. Finish your week strong and make sure, again, like I said, set your goals for H2. Second half of the year is coming up in 7 days, people. Okay, make sure you're locked in. And if you need help locking in, hit me up on Instagram. All right, let's get it done. See you guys soon.
Peace.